Hey, good morning from the Ohana booth. I have Chris Wu with me
Hello.
here.
Good morning.
And we are going to check out what the new models are for Ohana this year.
Yeah, let's do it. So we'll start on this side. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 prototype models. This one is solid mango. This one is cedar and rosewood.
Wow.
And both of these have the comfort edge cutaway. So it's very comfortable for playing. This one is also mango, but a spalted mango and not stained quite as, orange. So more of the natural color.
Yeah.
And then this one, I believe, is a flamed mahogany with some white binding just to give it some color difference.
Nice prototypes. They don't even have a logo on them yet.
No logo, yeah.
Box.
Actually, these two, we had shown a slightly different version last year, the 2024 NAMM show. And there was a third one, and then these two were the most popular.
Yeah.
And so they made the cut to round 2. And
Okay.
so after this year, we'll have a better idea of, which one do we keep, or maybe we keep both. you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
They're both beautiful. I would keep
Thank
both,
you.
to be honest.
Yeah. And so there's also some other models we're already familiar with, but we'll take
Yeah.
a walk around this way. Here, I'll give you one to hold.
Yeah.
And I'll take this one.
Oh, that's a
These two,
TK6.
yes, TK6 and TK7, also available in concert, CK6, CK7. So this one, acacia on the back and side, solid, and solid spruce on the top with the same armrest that
Yeah.
everyone loves. This one, just acacia. So acacia, solid acacia, front, back sides with some abalone to make it pretty. Slotted headstock, which we normally only use on our more expensive, high-end instruments, which these two are. They are all solid instruments, and for now we put them in our limited edition category,
Yeah.
which is growing larger and larger every year. So these are officially new models for 2025.
Yeah.
And these have, instead of the normal, Aquila strings that we use on most Ohana models, so these are fluorocarbons, clear fluorocarbons. Yeah, and I think they give a much nicer sound to these particular, instruments. Yeah, side tuners with a slotted headstock. Yeah,
Yeah. Exciting
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess there's more. There's always more. at Ohana.
There's more. And now we'll go over here. So we'll do a quick stop at the custom shop area. So these three are the dealer models. This one is a pineapple, but we all have the traditional figure 8 version of this as well. So the DTK, or in this case the pineapple, DTPK, but anyways, DTK 0, DTK 1, DTK 2, so 0, 1, and 2. And the 0 is stripped down, bare bones, with a satin finish as opposed to the gloss finish, and not as much, inlay, decoration, just very, very simple, very straightforward.
Yeah.
So this is the middle model with rosette here, and we start to use the black O for the signature, Ohana custom headstock.
Very beautiful. And I noticed they all come with a low G.
They all come with a low G, yeah. And then these strings, the other three are Diodario titanium,
Okay.
the titanium strings. So they have like a little purple tint to them if you look closely. But very nice sound, and the low G standard across all the Ohana Custom. Yeah, and then with the 2, we get a little more fancy on the inlay. Actually, this is, I believe, about 50 different pieces that we have to hand put each one in there. And so the labor increases to make one, but the beauty that comes out of it is just, and we of course hand select all the wood for every one that we're making. And so we make sure to choose, nicer wood for the high models as well. Yeah.
So it's the 0, 1, and 2. And the higher the number, the more fancy stuff you get.
Yes, but these three are all dealer exclusive models. And we'll just take a look at one of these, higher end custom models. So this one has a bit of a unique sound hole, but just something we're trying. Exhibition grade koa, which is the highest grade for making instruments.
That's amazing how many
I don't know if I get this on camera, but and as I turn to the back here,
wow,
different different woods that we've used across across our instruments.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have a lot of leftover scraps and things, but it feels a waste to just
Yeah.
throw them out or not use them to its full potential. So this was a concept to add some color, add some variety, and put some really interesting woods together. Purple heart, some of the koa that we've seen on the other models, spruce and everything in between. So this is
Awesome.
quite a
Like
beauty.
when you
Yeah.
can't decide what tone would use, just use it all.
Right, use them all, yeah. This one here, the TK570G,
Yeah.
TK570G, also available in concert. So if you're familiar with the 370G or even the 350G, very similar concept. Yeah, so it's solid koa all around. And we keep the bird inlay that we have on the 370G, but we added even more of the abalone and wood, rosette and purflings, and even onto the headstock. So just really as much, beauty as we can add to this instrument with the gloss finish, so that you really see everything, stand out. And again, picking the nicest wood that we have available for this high-end model. And then the very similar looking one is because it's also solid koa, but this is if this is 570G, this is 575G,
Okay.
TK575G. For now, just in tenor size, but I'm sure the concert size is coming very soon. And so again, solid koa all around with as much abalone as we can put on here, but also balanced out by this dark wood binding. And we've got the comfort edge armrest again,
Yeah.
and a bit of a different design on the fretboard. This sort of like a vine,
Yeah.
What do you think about this versus, say, birds, so animals versus
Animals versus flowers.
Versus flowers.
It's a tough choice.
Yeah.
I do like the birds, I have to say. But this also looks beautiful, of course.
Sure.
And I like this headstock.
Yeah,
That's very
the headstock
unique. Yeah.
right, signifying the, sort of high-end,
Yeah.
ukulele.
So I couldn't decide because I'm also a fan of these little
the
armrests
cutaway.
here. So
Yeah, I kind of have to try both and see which one,
Yeah.
speaks to you more.
or take
Yeah.
both. Yeah.
Or take both. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and I think that about does it for the exciting new models we had here
Yeah.
at NAMM. Yeah, everything else I know you're already very familiar with the Ohana catalog.
Yeah.
So
I think there's one more, something very special.
Oh, sure.
It has, well, 3 strings. What is
Oh
this?
yes, that's right.
Let's
So we'll
check it
come.
out.
Yeah, we'll come over here and take a look at what we are calling the Ekolu, Ekolu. Actually, Daniel Ho came up with the concept and the name Ekolu. 3 strings. So the G string is gone, and so you have the C string, E string, and A string. So only 3 strings, and therefore we also had to change the headstock shape so that all the tuners are on one side. And so they're all in a line, nice and neat. And what's beautiful about this is it's all based in the music theory behind playing the chords. Single notes are still single notes, but when you have chords with 4 strings, a lot of times once you get to the more complex chords like F sharp or playing up here with bar chords up the fretboard, a lot of times you have to really reach with your pinky or do these complex, bar and configurations. So that has all been resolved with taking away the G string, because you can still play the same. A C chord is still a C chord.
Yep.
A G chord is still a G chord. F, you immediately have one less finger, and so
Yeah.
by extension, chords like F sharp that you normally have to, really stretch your hand around. F sharp is just this, the G shape, but moved up one. So this is really geared towards the student, learners, introductory, especially in school.
Yeah.
And so,
That's also why you have this collaboration, right? Because this is based on
Yes.
an SK10, so
Yes.
it's a pretty affordable uke. What will it cost?
that's the idea. Yeah. So We are keeping it right at that cost of an SK10.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so here in the States, that's like 60, 70 US, but we're always happy to work with schools, and so, get them like a school pricing and things like that. But that is why Daniel Ho approached us specifically for his 3-string idea, is because he knew he wanted to and needed to keep it more affordable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that schools could afford it, 10, 15, 20 at a time. And he's also designed the curriculum for it. So like a teaching book, chord chart that is for the 3-string chords.
Yeah.
So this is the chord chart for the Ekolu. So all the chords have only 3 dots each at most, because there's only 3 strings on the Ekolu. Yeah. And this is the 3-string version of his ukulele at school or ukuleles in the classrooms book that he has written for, standard 4-string ukulele.
Yeah.
And now he's made it for the Ekolu, which is a Hawaiian word. And so he has just taken the same book and made the curriculum into 1, 2, 3 strings, so that the teachers, there's a teacher's guide to each book, book 1, and then there's the teacher's guide, book 1, and they can just take that and teach their students.
It takes some
takes some getting used to, yeah.
No, I'm doing it wrong.
F chord is just 1 finger.
It's just 1, right?
Yeah.
Like this one.
That's F chord, yeah. There you go. Now you got it.
All right. Thank you so much, Chris, for taking the time and showing us around the Ohana booth. Very much appreciated, and we're looking forward to getting our hands on the new models.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.